Picture this. You're in the TSA line that feels longer than the entire Marvel franchise. Boarding pass in one hand, overpriced latte in the other, silently praying you didn't pack something stupid. Then an officer barks, "Shoes off." And suddenly you're hopping on one leg like an amateur circus act. It's humiliating. It's chaotic. And for 2 decades, it's been the ritual every American traveler knows by heart. Doesn't matter if you're late for your flight, juggling toddlers, or rocking socks with holes the size of crater lakes. Off they go. Everyone does the airport shuffle, standing barefoot on a cold floor that feels like it's seen things no human should ever think about. But in 2025, the story finally changes. After years of forcing travelers to strip down like they're auditioning for a reality show, TSA has decided that maybe, just maybe, we deserve a little dignity. Unless the scanner flags something suspicious, your shoes can stay on. That means no more lost flip-flops vanishing under the conveyor belt. No more crouching like a confused flamingo while the line groans behind you. No more exposing those SpongeBob socks your partner begged you not to wear. For the first time in decades, walking through security will actually feel like walking. And honestly, that tiny change feels revolutionary. For 20-plus years, the entire airport ritual has been defined by how quickly you could untie your laces without causing a traffic jam. Parents bent double trying to yank sneakers off kids who didn't want to comply. Business travelers cursing under their breath while unzipping boots they regretted wearing. Couples whisper fighting over who forgot to pack the slip-ons. It was the dance of humiliation performed daily at every airport checkpoint. So when the TSA says keep your shoes on, it's more than just convenience. It's a cultural reset. Imagine gliding through the scanner, coffee in hand, dignity intact, without looking like a contestant in some slapstick obstacle course. Sure, they'll still make you unpack half your bag for reasons that never make sense, but at least your feet will stay covered. And that, in the strange universe of air travel, feels like a win. Of course, it wouldn't be TSA if they didn't balance that little gift with a brand new headache. And this year, the unexpected troublemaker is your electric toothbrush. That little buzzing stick you toss in your toiletries bag is now a flagged item. Why? Lithium batteries. Turns out those tiny power cells have been linked to mid-flight fires, and TSA doesn't want your luggage lighting up like a 4th of July sparkler at 30,000 feet. So, toothbrushes stay in your carry-on, powered off, ready to be inspected if necessary. Imagine being at baggage claim and hearing your suitcase buzzing on the carousel like a possessed beehive. Not a great look. The rule is supposed to prevent exactly that scenario, which, let's be honest, sounds like a reasonable trade-off, even if it means carrying your dental hygiene buddy in the overhead bin. And if you thought toothbrush drama was enough, wait until you hear about hair tools. Gas-powered curling irons and flat irons? TSA's cracking down. Those little butane-filled wands of beauty are now banned from checked bags. Too dangerous, too flammable, too miniature flamethrower. You can still bring them, but they have to ride in your carry-on with proper safety covers. Miss that detail and poof, confiscated. Imagine flying to a wedding, landing with perfect plans for beachy curls, only to discover TSA tossed your iron in the bin of shame. Meanwhile, electric tools are fine. Blow dryers, straighteners, curling wands, all clear, but gas-powered? Not happening. And if you're feeling smug, thinking, okay, shoes on, toothbrush and carry-on, hair iron covered, I'm good, let me remind you of TSA's oldest trickster rule, the liquids ban. Yes, the infamous 3-1-1 rule is still alive and well. 3 ounces per container, all stuffed into a single quart-sized bag, 1 bag per passenger. It's like the 10 commandments of airport security. The most expensive moisturizer in the world? In the bin if it's over 3.4 ounces. That artisanal face wash you swear by? Goodbye. The bin of shame has claimed more luxury lotions than a Beverly Hills spa. And don't even try to argue. TSA doesn't care that your jar is almost empty. If it's bigger than the limit, it's gone. And here's where the comedy really kicks in. Because TSA doesn't just stop at liquids, they count gels, creams, spreads, and anything that can smear. Yogurt? Liquid. Peanut butter? Liquid. Hummus? Liquid. Guacamole? Liquid. Travelers get indignant every single day. But officer, it's organic. But it's solid at room temperature. But it's just a snack. None of it matters. If it can squish, it's getting trashed. Imagine losing your hummus in front of 50 strangers and having to watch an officer chuck it into the bin like it's radioactive waste, and then walking away with a hollow feeling in your stomach, wondering why your life choices have led you to this point. The irony, of course, is that you can buy a giant bottle of tequila at the duty-free shop after security and waltz right onto the plane with it. Same with fancy perfumes, massive bottles of lotion, or designer champagne. The difference? They seal it in one of those clear, tamper-proof bags that scream, "Airport approved." As long as you keep it sealed, you're golden. Crack it open before boarding, though, and suddenly you're just another schmuck with a suspicious bottle of liquid. TSA loves rules that make absolutely no sense until you learn the loophole. And not everything TSA flags is so obvious. You'd be amazed at the random things that get carry-ons pulled aside. Candles, for example, look strange on scanners. A big stack of books appears like a solid, mysterious block. Wrapped gifts? Forget it. TSA will slice them open without a second thought, ruining your perfect holiday ribbon job in front of an audience. Powders like protein shakes, baby formula, or ground spices can also raise eyebrows. To you, it's just cinnamon. To the X-ray machine, it's suspicious dust, and nobody's taking your word for it at the checkpoint. Then there are the truly bizarre finds. Every year, TSA drops a highlight reel called What We Found, and it's less like a safety update and more like a comedy show. Throwing stars, chainsaws, machetes, a full rack of ribs wrapped in foil, and yes, a live lobster. Somebody actually showed up at the airport, cool as you please, with a lobster in a carry-on. And here's the wild part. TSA didn't even confiscate it. The lobster just had to go through screening like the rest of us. Can you imagine standing in line behind that? Sir, please place your laptop, your belt, and your lobster in the bin. Honestly, I want to meet that lobster. That crustacean has seen things. He probably has stronger frequent flyer status than most of us. But even without exotic seafood, 2025 still has plenty of ways to ruin your day at security. Forget to switch off your electric toothbrush, pulled aside. Toss a gas curling iron into your bag without its safety cover? Pulled. Oversized lotion bottle buried under your clothes? Pulled. And then there's the silent troublemaker, cheese. For some reason, cheese is TSA's eternal nemesis. Doesn't matter if it's a block of cheddar, a wheel of brie, or grandma's famous homemade paneer. On the scanner, it looks suspicious every single time. Officers have to inspect it, swab it, sometimes even cut into it if they're not convinced. So if you thought you were being clever by bringing back a hunk of Gouda from your European trip, just know you're about to be the person holding up the line while the officer interrogates your dairy product. And there's no easy way to look dignified while someone waves a swab over your cheese like it's radioactive. It's not just what you pack, it's how you pack it. Stuffing all your chargers, headphones, and batteries into one tangled pouch? To an X-ray machine that looks like a cartoon bomb. Congratulations, you just earned yourself a manual bag search. And nothing feels longer than standing there while an officer untangles your cable spaghetti, one wire at a time, while 100 people watch and silently judge you. Two travelers can have completely different TSA experiences in the same line. Traveler number 1 strolls up cool as a cucumber. Shoes tied, liquids neatly packed, toothbrush powered off in carry-on, hair tool safely covered. They glide through, bag comes out smooth, no extra checks. 3 minutes, done. Traveler number 2 rolls in with hummus in their snack box, toothbrush buzzing faintly, curling iron rattling around loose, and a gallon-sized lotion stuffed at the bottom of the bag. TSA pulls it all out, dumps the hummus, confiscates the curling iron, and swabs the toothbrush for explosives while the line groans. By the time they're through, their flight is boarding, their dignity is gone, and their hummus dreams have been crushed. Same checkpoint. Same rules, different outcomes. And that's why TSA will still be flagging carry-ons in 2025. Even with shoes on and a few rules streamlined, people still pack like chaotic raccoons. They'll still argue about hummus, sneak oversized bottles, or throw every cable they own into a pouch like it's modern art. The lines will still slow down, the bins of shame will still fill up, and TSA officers will still swap war stories about the weirdest things they've seen that week. So what's the moral here? TSA isn't trying to ruin your trip. They're trying to keep lithium fires, gas explosions, and suspicious hummus jars off planes. If you pack smart, follow the rules, and maybe show a little humility when your bag gets pulled, you can actually glide through security like a pro. Shoes on, dignity intact, snack game airtight. And that's the dream, isn't it? To make it from the curb to your gate without starring in your own personal episode of Airport Disasters Season 25. So next time you're heading out, remember, pack like you respect yourself, double-check those liquids, give your toothbrush a timeout, and don't even bother with the hummus. You'll thank yourself when you're sitting at the gate with a coffee in hand instead of standing at security watching your favorite lotion disappear into the abyss. If this gave you a laugh and maybe saved you from a future TSA meltdown, stick around, because there's a whole world of travel survival stories waiting for you. Don't forget to hit that like button, drop a comment with your funniest airport mishap, and subscribe for more travel tips and laughs.